All the hours we're awake, rolling through the jungle motion, roaring through the necks of cars. If parakeet, if syllabic, if bite mark carries you lovely ecstatic, terrific terror coffee sack, pathogen pernicious in the tidewater stomp, thousands of clownfish, one single Volkswagen, people, the bleeding, programming, then camera, this way, then igloo, smacking, then backhand, silly the interpreter, and hysteric, weeping pixie stick, sunshine, shoe black, glue stick, the mammal, all the hours we're awake, can't keep electric fencing the camel, the grinding of rabbit, the gringo of floss, beating up my homework. She asks an equation, what flower? Shopping all dawn or lick-lapping ovum, better than wart, who's willing a cancer? Hey, penis face, under scrutiny, the bedbug, the vagrant between her and her snowy white lion. The fact is a booty on a dry black stump, step stomp, oh college, sweet spot of cola rubbing on her temple where we all go inside, do the wave through the service with tentacle lights and wishes of plenty for the thesis's main statement, Frankenstein. All the hours we're awake, it's sadder than Cracker Jacks. In the box, in the bedding beside you, a swarm. Soup's on, your bloody lapel pin to guide you. It doesn't take much to go spinning in the dryer with the devil with the dyer and all her merry orchestra. That's not a political gesture, it's 2 cups of sugar in the trunk of the junk dealer, funk factory petting zoo. It feels good to be loose, loosey-goosey. Think of a ball or a rickshaw in heaven or a hell on the lawn. The sunning inside you, it isn't just playpen, it's cancer. All the hours we're awake, 3 miles later, and how could you in the bowels being lost in the Bronx? Buttercups, she sings, while amain and fragrant in the soft, while tracking her gajillions with an unseen eagle's angel. Speak your amazing most clutter, red, white, and flat line. The ginormous retraction of Finnish pipe cutter, of grapefruit, of gentility. One measures value by its crust life and gratitude and well beyond the ether. The carotid, the tiniest wigwam. He lost all his curly cues on the set of Rhinoceros. How dumbing and blacked out his life. All the hours we're awake. When it upsets me spout for spout, you control its steam eraser. Lightsaber, then a fragile rock. I see Jell-O. So, when in halogen do as deer do, you control the raisin maker. Lighter fluid lighter next to mouthy tart. Pear, I think, I feel hip bones through the night when suddenly a blastocyte, brighter and light bright, you shout through a cone. The winner collapses and has to be deceased. Return to the scene for a refund. All the hours we're awake, barely the bitch-breathing bitches, warp in the wallowing into the mud, arrogantly atmosphere, following Odysseus, somebody's body asking teacher, the garbage, clavicle repatriation, the angel overhead, she hates you for making the ballerina dance, slum to the lord, the parasite's hippo, in hypnosis I learn not to remember your birthday, your wire, instead I will keep you forever in the meadow, will carry you to cutting board and into the party, there to become you Islamist protractor. I have nothing against creation, only sabotage and love. All the hours we're awake, forget it. New sham, poodle, wonderful tulips. How you burn up the basement without even mentioning the talking heads is a miraculous Dracula not to be missed. a film strip projection of sad baby cows. She took off her pants, then a yellow Argentina. My mistake too, as I was ant farming the villa. Sack lunch, polar bear, my darling writes pajamas. Do as the deer in a blender, 10 pulses. Carefully booty stomp the happy tra-la-la. Bookshelves high note and piled up the piglet. Boot camp, ferocity, windpipe, the wiggle. Someday you should really see gravity. All the hours we're awake, a budding other latelier, a nettle now you crow. Death rose his rap ashore, it's bound to be explicit. Track mark hurdler, ready, set, crawl. And what do you make of our lovely Mr. Microphone? The tides controlled our feelings, the stripper breaks the pole. This vault's a keeper of all things meadowlark. Hark, hark, illustrious, the innocent in blood. For example, imitation and simpering wuss. The evidence inferno is a Venus in your chromosome. All the hours we're awake, lonely man traveling. The bowler flips the ball. Oh, madly phenobarbital, the sad Saxon organ that needs to come out. Somebody louser exploded in the mouth. The sunrise breaks the horse's heart. The kitchen cabinet full sated with plaster. She bit my primitive and it felt like a tongue untying a knot. Antecedent, consequent, beautiful bicycle missing in the park. Now, how to make it to Alaska for icing. The question sitting pretty as a cream-filled Erasmus. Apocalyptic lemon trees, spastic pants around my knees. All the hours we're awake. Now you can turn up your sexy, friendly a firequake. I'm reading the lectures. Hunka hunka burning, pinata burning, mentor in deep outer space. My advice, facing the music with your face is better than the landlording the sock monkey's remembrance. Heavy the membrane, even heavier muchness. She looks around glistening over falseness. Eyelashes, pieces of raindrops, concrete blocks. The puppy couldn't lift it, so was fired from construction. The lady in Macbeth, acid is for looking as your hands turn to donkeys. Rhymes with junkies. All the hours we're awake into the recording. The voices and ghosts, moist towelettes. Will the train leave the station? Your mother for another. Silly hammerhead, the water. Frenzy seeming necessary. Add credit, add pneumonia. Protectionist belch. Foam rubber duck. Nobody cares about the forest lousy service. Genitalia being frozen for a future frozen planet. Who besides who decides an evergreen's inkling? Do you believe in loving thy appendix in a crunch? The other cheek throttled or bursting into swans. Radiation and chemo. The lawnmower's idle. All the hours we're awake. Verily speaketh the weeds, and roweth your boat to the shore. Hallelujah, eyelid, brighter than an airbase, arch nemesis, fragile facelift. Every word he ever loved had feelings for the pup tent. Slept beside the steamship, late century mother. Oh, white hot the flower, lavatory, jerk steak, the law. It's true he had a broken dog, but how does that explain the low frequency muzzle? Outer coursing always through the full frontal news, razor clams and saffron cream. The use of binoculars by Jeremy Bentham explains not a wit nor a sphincter. All the hours we're awake, however very headlamp. Red planet rising on the bleachers over minor. American lip balm of caustic terrific, of white cell count in the classroom of Arabic. If somebody's in there, you better press playpen. I'm barging in. I'm barely infected. Tiny giant Russian dog. The leech and a whole pound of butter beside me. That's why you're my purple barley. Doesn't feel right, does it? Apple orchard, blender blood, sausage for breakfast, the love notes unpacked in a flurry of interest madness. All the hours we're awake, scolding the massive celebrity without anesthesia, the patient's reactor and playing with a robin's egg, or sleeping with the laparoscope, the questionnaires tone so invisibly inky, even the larvae applaud, the volcano's procedure of mini pine cones, snow cones, a brief mental pause. A life of Formica we hope gets remission to Martian, to ocean as emotion. What sickness may imply, it still beats blueprints, well-meaning on your eye hole. Silly robots, sticks are for burning. Under corpses, parade route, we all start to cry. All the hours we're awake, I predict labia. 1,000 years of traffic, sneezing unattractively, the rooftops coming wildly. A new terminus in the rhetoric, the will of the people like a cyclone. Hide and seek, warmer and warmer till banana tree peel. Dictator, skyway, beheaded young knitters, sweaters and scarves and a bundle of needles. One thing robed inside another, sides other, and a few seconds later, wanting a rematch in jewelry. The lion is cuddling a black hole of teeth, while all across the galaxy, attention is limited to whistling hoopla. Absentees voting that's swallowed by fish. All the hours we're awake, you put your right foot in. Identity's tree stump, now to the whistle cake. The dog's ears vanish, all your books into freezing, all your organs into churches, into science pate. Look both ways, your weary playground. You take your right foot out, you wheeze and you grope, you butterfly knife off the high board, but praying, where is my past life to save me the most? The future of damaging yellow cake uranium. I knew it, said the crocodile, harvesting egg yolks. Peace is a difficult baby.
Holy shit!